Hello everyone, we have some news regarding the Juggernaut tactical rifle. For those of you that are unaware of what was going on with this, Juggernaut Tactical, a California based out of California, designed a firearm, a AR-15 style lower receiver that would potentially get around the California assault weapon ban. The way they did this was pretty simple, pretty interesting, but in many people's mind it was kind of sketchy. I was very excited to see this when they brought it out. We've seen other companies bring out a style of firearm like this. Now, on a traditional AR, for a rifle in the state of California, if you want to avoid the assault weapon ban, you have to have one of two methods. One of which is fixed mag, meaning that the magazine cannot come out unless you crack the action open. The other method is what's called featureless. One of the features on a rifle is a pistol grip. Many people choose to go the route of a Finn or a Sparrow Dynamics or one of the other companies, including Juggernaut Tactical, who makes a variety of featureless grips. Juggernaut Tactical saw the definition of exposed portion of the trigger when it comes to what defines a pistol grip, and they said, well, maybe if we just drop down the exposed portion of the trigger so that when you grab it, your thumb, while you're grabbing it with the pistol style grasp, is actually above the exposed portion of the trigger. So, like I've been showing on screen here, you can see that those guns are equipped with a lower receiver that is built in to have a exposed portion of the trigger that is much lower with a very short pistol grip. This was potentially a big way to get around the worst part of going featureless in the state of California, because having a fixed stock is as simple as getting an adjustable stock and then pinning it into place where you want it. Most people don't move their stock around all that much, so it's pretty easy to make non-permanent changes that make it so that this stock doesn't actually move but stays where you want it. Not having a forward pistol grip isn't the end of the world. You can still get angled foregrips. Many people don't even use grips to begin with. And for your muzzle devices, you just can't have a flash hider. This is a fake muzzle device. This is not a flash hider. This is just a barrel extension. Many people choose to go the route of muzzle brakes. So having a way to still have a more comfortable grip, like the Juggernaut F series of rifles did, seemed super interesting. I was very excited. I made several videos about it. Arms Scholar and even some other creators made videos about it. People at SHOT Show were all very interested in it because having a way to get a more comfortable grip on your gun is very important. It's very important to have a ergonomic and usable firearm. Well, the California Department of Justice wasn't too happy about that. I'm going to be reading a press release to you that was just put out today. Attorney General Bonta warns Orange County-based gun manufacturer to immediately cease selling and distributing unlawful assault weapons. This will be linked down in the description below for you to read for yourself. California Attorney General Rob Bonta took action to stop Orange County-based firearm manufacturer Juggernaut Tactical from selling assault weapons to consumers and distributing them to firearms dealers in the state. The Attorney General sent a cease and desist letter to Juggernaut warning the company of its featureless series, that was in quotes on here, of rifles qualify as assault weapons and are therefore unlawful to possess, manufacture, distribute, transport, import, keep for sale, order, offer for sale, or display for sale under California law. Following the cease and desist letter, Attorney General Bonta also issued a bulletin to all criminal justice and law enforcement agencies, firearms dealers, firearms manufacturers, and exempt federal firearms licenses in the state, advising them that the weapons are illegal and should not be sold in the state. Our assault weapon ban is a landmark piece of legislation that has saved the lives of countless Californians. Pause. No. Firearms manufacturers can't ignore the law simply because it suits their bottom line. In California, our firearms regulations were written with the safety of public and the rights of responsible gun owners in mind. What? Rather than abide by the law, Juggernaut chose to disregard it by manufacturing and selling series of illegal assault weapons. Today's cease and desist letter is a warning that we hope is heeded so that no further action becomes necessary. So then they go on to describe the fact that the ban has been in place for about 30 years now. And then the last paragraph says, or one of the last paragraphs says, Juggernaut is currently selling on its websites a series of rifles that the company designed with the intention of skirting California definition of an assault weapon. It claims on its website that the weapons are lawful based on its own incorrect reading of the law. However, the California Department of Justice Bureau of Firearms concluded that the manufacturer's F9, F10, and F15 rifles are all in fact assault weapons under Penal Code 30515. In the cease and desist letter to Juggernaut Tactical, Attorney General Bonta directed the company to immediately stop selling the assault weapons and warned that the continued sale of the firearms could be a felony punishable by up to 8 years in prison. Attorney General Bonta requested proof of Juggernaut's intention to comply with the cease and desist letter by demonstrating how it would do the following: stop offering for sale these firearms, cancel all pending purchases of these firearms, notify anyone who has completed a purchase that there has been delivered a rifle that they are in violation of the California law, and retrieve and recover all F9, F10, and F15 rifles that were already delivered to California dealers or any other entity that would sell the rifles in California. So then it also, in this link, has a link to the bulletin that was sent to all the dealers and the cease and desist letter. I will have all of these linked down in the description below. I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say about this. Was this something that you expected? I was actually in the process of trying to find an FFL near me who would be willing to accept the transfer on one of these, because some of them are not willing to take that risk because this was a potentially risky firearm. And we're seeing now that the California Department of Justice is not too pleased with it. When it comes to guns like this, it's always it's very exciting. It's exciting to see California get defeated, and it's exciting to see potential wins that we get. This isn't the end of it. This isn't the end of this battle, because there are court cases going on that would challenge and potentially get rid of these laws altogether. The current big one that we are waiting on is New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, which is a challenge on the concealed carry laws. You might be asking, well, what does that have to do with assault weapons? Well, if that court case is favorable and sets a standard that has to be used in order to evaluate court cases, that would put California in a position where they could not defend these laws in the courts, because the Ninth Circuit is currently playing a game with how they choose to interpret what is constitutional and what isn't. But if the rules are changed, they would not be able to play that same game. This would potentially allow us to have further wins in the future. The current case that we're waiting on in California that's the furthest ahead, as far as I'm aware, is the Duncan v. Bonta case, which is being put forward by the California Rifle and Pistol Association. Other organizations like FPC, GOA, and many others are all involved in various fights. NAGR is involved in the San Jose fight right now. But when it comes to what's important, you got to choose what organizations you want to support. So the people that are directly fighting for us: CRPA, FPC, NAGR, GOA. Sorry, NRA, but I would like to see you guys do a whole lot more with how big you are. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace. Okay, so, I'm not a lawyer and this ain't legal advice. None of this stuff in here was legal advice, but, Juggernaut Tactical also makes these grips that they put on all their rifles. I would imagine that the Department of Justice was aware of these grips and the rifles that they sell equipped with these grips. Do with that information as you choose, but for me, that makes me a lot more comfortable running these style of grips. They are very comfortable, they're very usable. A lot of people were concerned whether that would make them an assault weapon. I'll let you guys decide that information for yourself.